Alright, how's it going? My name is Stephen Costigan and this is my recording for CIT336 Enhancement 2. So I want to start off, this is my clients table right here, and I'll run that command just again so that you can see that that is truly my my clients table. There is no data in there. So we're going to first start off by creating Tony Stark. So I've got here just a basic insert into statement where I've got my clients, which is the table, client ID, client first name, etc. Those are my fields in that table, and these are the values going in. So I've given him a client level of 1, and everything else is as it should be. So let's run that statement real quick. Run selected query. It's now been added. Now let's run this. So run selected query, and we can see Tony Stark, not Tony Hawk, in there with an access client level of 1. So the next thing we had to do was create a client level of 3. So interestingly enough, it went back to 1 for my client IDs, which is awesome. I thought I'd have to go to 6, so because of just some things I was doing. So let's run this real quick, and let's change his thing to, that was weird. Let's do that again. That's what happens when you try and run multiple statements simultaneously. Client level 3 now. So we have, he's changed from a client level of 1 to a client level of 3. So next, let's move on to the changing the nylon rope to the climbing rope. So let's start off and run this command. I've got it in there as nylon rope, and we want nylon rope to become climbing rope. So what we're doing is we're updating inventory, and we're setting inv name climbing rope for inv ID of 15, which is this one, to climbing rope. So that'll change the capitalized version there. Now for inventory style, it does say nylon here. I wasn't sure whether that should be changed, but just so there'd be multiple things on the set, I put both there. It probably didn't need to be done, but anyway, that was done. And then we have the inventory description. We have a replace statement, which replaces the field inventory description and any recurrence of the words nylon rope in lowercase with climbing rope in lowercase. So let's go ahead and run that query. Run selected query, Control E, and then we do this one, and now we can see our climbing rope is now, our nylon rope is now climbing rope, and it even shows it here in the description that it is the case. So now we want to create an inner join. So we have here a bunch of things with a category ID of 3, which is MISC in the categories tab. So where are we? Category ID. So we have a bunch of category IDs here, and there's a bunch of them with the category ID of 3, which is MISC. So we're going to combine them, or we're going to join them to the categories table. And let's go ahead and run that. So run selected query. Hang on. I did that last time and it messed me up, so let's do this. Run selected query, and we can see there are 7 things on the list, as there should be. But there are about to be 6 because we're about to remove that. So let's do that real quick. So the next thing we had to do was to remove the Koenigsegg CCX car. I'm not exactly sure if that's how it's pronounced, but let's run this query. Oh, that's why, because I did this afterwards. But it's gone anyway, so there were 2 separate statements. So if we run this again, run selected query, we will see 6 things, so that's gone. That's what I get for selecting multiple queries. So anyway, that's that done. So the next thing we needed to look at was the connections. So we have in here a connections.php. So let me close out of my browser to make sure it comes up here in front of us. I've got no browsers open, and if I run this script, if I click on open in browser, it opened over there apparently. We can see there is no issue, but I'll minimize because now it's over here. And if I do acmes Acme's, I guess. Open in browser, there's an error. So now it's open over here. So just to prove that that was the case, let's go back to Acme and save. Open in browser, and it's blank. So that's what we needed to see, and that's what happens when we had an error. So that's that. And so that's everything. Thanks so much for watching, and obviously here is all of the coding that went into the SQL. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye.